do I always do it? Why do I always start in the dark? There we go, downstairs, lounge, woohoo! Right, so, remodelled my lounge this week. Also, side note, got a new fridge. Why? Because my old fridge packed in. Yeah, so, that's inconvenient. Something I want to talk about this week is setbacks, things that are inevitably going to go wrong, especially if you're doing a sort of a 12-week thing. 12 weeks is a long time. It's 3 months. Now, a lot of things can happen in 3 months. 3 sets of 3 months, you can have yourself a child. Now, something that you need to realise is that, yeah, staying on the diet, sticking with everything is good, provided you can do it. Now, I didn't break ketosis, I made sure of it, checked myself every day, but I didn't stick to the calories that I normally set myself to between Saturday night and Tuesday. So excuse me. So as you can imagine, that didn't help a lot. I wasn't going crazy. I did go crazy a bit because I had to get a few takeaways. Now the reason I got a few takeaways is because by the time I'd finished essentially I'd go to the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning, go to work at 8:30, then I'd be getting back from work at about 6:30. By the time I've fed the dogs and stuff, it's about 7. Now, I had ideally wanted to stop drilling into walls and vacuuming up and making lots of noise around 8, 8:30ish because my neighbours have a young child. So, I didn't have a lot of time, and by the time, 8:30 was done, and I backed up a bit, cleaned myself down because I was covered in brick dust, because as you can see, I've been drilling into the walls. It was past 10, the shops were shut, I really couldn't be arsed, I just wanted to eat and go to bed, so that inevitably led to me getting a couple of takeaways. Now, if people have gone through my Instagram, they'll know the takeaways I have tend to be sort of like kebabs, like meat, job done. Usually I add myself some mayo, they come with salad, the takeaways. All else fails, I get myself some cheesy mushrooms, which are friggin' divine. Right up my street, and if you don't like mushrooms, you're a heathen. Get off my channel, don't really, I need all the subscribers I can get to make myself feel good. But yeah, an important thing is that sometimes shit happens. Shit hits the fan, deal with it. Everyone has to eventually. Obviously, I got off quite lucky, the fridge broke. I got in on the Saturday night with shopping bags full of food, and there's a horrible whirring sound. And I thought that is a very strange noise for some dogs to be making. It turns out it wasn't the dogs, it was the fridge. As I looked, as all the water was dripping out through the freezer. Oh, it was horrible. So, essentially what happened was it overfroze, blew the motor and the compressor and just went to shit. So I just bought a new one. Why? Because frankly I wanted a bigger one. Now, I'll give you a tour of the new fridge. There's a good idea. That doesn't make me sound like a loser. And that's not going to pad out the video and make me look like I have something interesting to talk about when really I don't, because no one wants to listen to me talk. Hello. So, anyone who's watched any of my recipe videos before, especially like the Fat Bombs, will notice, I think the Fat Bombs video I showed the old fridge. Basically it's one big fridge with a freezer at the bottom. Freezer had big drawers, which is quite useful for putting big things in. But now, I've got American. Ignore the peach coloured walls, they were there from the people before, and I am going to eventually paint over them. So, in this one, it's friggin' huge. Like, unnecessarily big for me to own. But the idea here is that obviously I do a lot of meal prep, as we all know, hence the meal prepping videos I make and the recipe videos. By the way, there will be more of them coming out. Talk about it in a sec. The best thing about this thing is the fact that it splits into 2, and there's 2 freezers, essentially. Now, one freezer I plan on putting in like ingredients, like I normally, and I know someone's going to complain about this, but I normally have like frozen beans or something in the freezer for doing like the chili and stuff with, or doing whatever. Basically because they're cheap, quick and simple, and I really don't give a fuck. And the other side, full of lots of drawers, that I can put Tupperwares in. Now I've got some really thin Tupperwares. I can put pre-made meals in there, take them out and microwave them when I need them for work, for the gym, for whatever I'm doing. You know, if I go out on a whatever day trip, who gives a fuck. Yeah. It's also handy. The fridge is huge, like honest to God, like massive. There's a lot of thing in the drawers. A lot of space in the doors, not the drawers. A lot of space in the doors, and just an unholy sum of space in total. It's like enough to fit me in. Obviously, I need to put some food in it. But yeah, about the recipes, there's going to be some new ones coming up. The reason for that is my boss has lent me some really cool like recipe card things that he used to get. Essentially, he's too lazy to cook. Good man. But hey. But in essence, what I'm going to do is take sort of these meals, and I've taken like the ones he's given me, the ones that are sort of lower in carb, or ones that I know that I can make lower in carb, and I'm going to make recipe videos on them, and there is quite a thick stack of them, so it's going to keep us busy for a while. Also, there will be more recipe videos coming out, as I am finally, as you can see, because I'm doing up the lounge and the office / dining room / dog room, I'm going to, well, I've got a load of new kitchen stuff sat over there in a bag. I'm also going to get myself some new pans, and more importantly, a fucking blender, and a food processor, and a coffee machine. Why? Because I'm a coffee fiend. So yeah, if anyone wants to see weekly updates, or actually wants to see the food that I cook, go on my Instagram. My Instagram, I link to my Facebook and my Twitter whenever I post, so I don't directly usually post. The only things I really post on my Twitter are random quotes and just funny things, little rants and stuff. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Go and check out my Instagram, and I will see you next week. You'll probably see more of them next week too. Subscribe for the cute puppy, and the other cute puppy that's currently doing a runner. Who weed in the water bowl?